Hello everyone and welcome back to the final deciding T20 in our three-match series between St Andrews University Staff Cricket Club and Callander Cricket Club. As I say, the series is currently tied at 1-1, with St Andrews taking the first match in their home ground and Callander repaying the favour at Ben Ledi Stadium last week. So with the series tied at 1-1, we're going to a neutral venue, we're going to Lords for the decider, and it's AI against AI. So with no one playing this game, it'll be very interesting to see what happens, how things turn out. Let's get into it. And so here we are at the home of cricket. Be a big day for all 22 of these men.
Good afternoon to you all for this 2020 match between universities and Scotland. I'm Michael Slater, and this is Mel Jones.
Here we have an unchanged lineup for Callander. For St Andrews, we've got David Miller coming in.
We're likely to miss any rain. We'll have to wait and see. Hard to say what the captains will do here.
Let's hope this match is as close as it is on paper. Out to the middle now. It's time for the coin toss.
Here we have the captains out in the middle. Sand tossing, Callander with the call. And St Andrews have won the toss. What will they choose to do? And they're going to bowl first.
And we'll have a bowl.
Well, that served them well in the first match. Let's see how this goes. It's a dry wicket, so Callander's spinners won't mind bowling second on this.
The bowler's at the top of his run-up and ready to get this match underway.
And here we have McPherson in for the first delivery. Runs in, bowls it short, pulled. Through mid-wicket. It's going to race out towards the boundary.
Great way to start
And Haynes, I think that is, can't cut it off. 4 runs. Good start to the match for Mould. McPherson in second ball. He'll want to come back from that. Short again lent on. Into the leg side. Segal does the fielding. McPherson in again, third ball of the over. Short once more, this time it's cut. Firmly into the covers, they'll get one. Hay does the fielding. And that's one for the over. Brings Parsons on strike. McPherson in again, this one's full but still pulled away by Parsons. Gets it behind square. Miller's back there, cuts it off. The Callander batsman, great running to get back for 2.
Off the mark. First ball. Starting as he intends to proceed.
So that's both batsmen off the mark now. 7 runs for Callander. McPherson in, 5th ball of his over. Full. Straight away to point. A lovely looking vest there on Yason. Final ball of the first over, McPherson in, bowling to Parsons. He's gotten a bit straight there. Parsons gets underneath it and smashes it for 6. And it's a no ball.
A free hit after that no ball.
He'll have to re-bowl it, and it's a free hit. That's terrible from McPherson. And again to Parsons. This one's punched down the ground. Over the top of mid-off. 4 runs. Well, and expensive over there. 18 off it. Armstrong now in for the second over. Does he have an answer? Into Mould. Shorter, edge through to the keeper, and he's out. Umpire says yes, and he's going to have to go. Armstrong takes a wicket with his first ball. Little discussion in the middle. Will anything come from it? No, and Jack Mould has to go. He's been in the runs this series. Not working out today, as that brings McGeechee to the crease.
Little Master is the new batsman.
Armstrong in for his second ball. This one's short and pulled away. One bounce out to the man at fine leg.
Off the mark there. Good shot.
Exactly the start that Armstrong wanted. He's into Parsons now, who's on 12. Just gets a little bit straight there. It's flicked away to square leg. No run. Armstrong in again. Outside off stump. That's a great channel. This time can't beat mid off. One for 19, Callander. Fifth ball of the second over. Armstrong in. Short. Pulled. And can't beat square leg. The catch is taken by Yason, and that's another wicket. Armstrong gets 2 in his first over, both openers. As Murray Parsons goes for 12 off just 7 balls. 1-4, 1-6. And Callander in a spot of bother here as Pearson comes out to the crease. 2 for 19. Last ball of the second over. Armstrong in. Short again. Cut, and there's a diving stop by Franklin.
This bowler knows how to give the ball an almighty.
Well, here we have Franklin into the attack early again. Mikichi on strike. Back and underneath it. Gets it up and over. Wide cover. Don't know how he hit that ball there, but it's 4 runs. Franklin will need to tighten up. 2 for 23 now, Callander. Franklin in again. Reverse sweep this time. Finds the gap. That's racing away.
Absolutely hammered that one. The change of
Barry
pace totally
Mikichi.
ineffective.
Moves on to 9. Franklin's gone for consecutive boundaries. Callander 2 for 27. Franklin in again. This time it's just driven out to cover. Franklin to Mikichi. Short, and he's cutting, but can't beat point. Brillful there, does the fielding. Two for 27, Callander. Franklin's in. This one's defended out to cover.
They need to be careful not to go after the wrong ball here. These dots are building the pressure.
Last ball of the over. And a good finish so far for Franklin. Do you want to keep it going? That's short, and Mikichi's around it. Lays it down to fine leg, but there's a man there. They'll get 1, and despite a misfield, stick to 1. 2 for 28, Callander after 3. Going at just over 9s. It's a danger man. Armstrong back in. This one's short. Pulled hard. Through mid-wicket. 1 bounce, 4 runs. Hit that with some power. Nice stroke from Pearson. Oh, sorry, that was Mikichi again. He moves through to 14. Armstrong in once more. Again, it's short. Fielded by Thrillful there. 2 for 5, Armstrong's figures. Extremely tidy. He's in again. Bowls. It's full. It's a full toss. And hit up and over mid-on. 1 bounce. 2 bounces into the rope. 4 runs. Just losing his length a bit here, Armstrong. Mikichi's taking full advantage. He's on 18. Armstrong in once more. Bowls. This one's helped up in the air through cow corner. And it's a no ball, but it's 4 runs as well. So expensive here for Armstrong. And the free hit to come.
Armstrong to bowl this one again. Looks like they're just not timing the run in correctly.
Mikichi on 22 with a free hit. What's he going to do? He's back and tries to pull. Struck on the body, and they'll get through for 1.
Good tactics from the bowler. The batsman didn't pick it.
2 for 42 Callander, with 2 balls left in the 4th over. Armstrong in, this one's outside off stump to Pearson. Played out to the covers, no run. Pearson still yet to get off the mark. Final ball of the over for Armstrong, he's in. This one's hit up in the air. It's high, but it's over mid-on. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 4 runs. And an expensive over for St Andrews, exactly what Callander was looking for. They retake the momentum.
The right arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the nursery.
We here have the introduction of David Miller making his debut in this series after a 5-for in the league at the weekend. Miller into bowl his first ball. Tidy outside off stump. .46 for 2 Callander. Miller in. This one's full and straight. Whipped off his pads, but it's fielded by Yasson. Miller in again. 3rd ball. This one's shorter outside off stump and hit up and over the offside. That's gone all the way. 6 runs over point. Great shot from McGeechee. He's on 28. Callander 2 for 52. Miller in, bowls. This time it's just punched off the back foot. Into the covers, it's no run. Miller in again. Shorter and again hit out through the covers. Fielded there by Hay, another dot ball. Final ball of the over for Miller. In, it's short, it's pulled away. Finds the gap and it's 4 runs. So Miller, after doing so well, 4 dot balls in the over, still goes for 10. And Callander are flying.
The right armour is coming on to bowl from the pavilion end.
And in comes James Crooks, the right arm medium bowler. Bowl the 6th over. Quite successful in the last game. This time he's in. Punched out to the covers, no run. Crooks in again, there's 1 slip in. One's driven straight. Fielded by Earnshaw at mid-off. Crooks to Pearson. And again, Pearson's hitting this one up and over the offside. 1 bounce, 4 runs, over extra cover. Nice shot. Pearson moves through to 8. It's just the story of this innings so far for Callander. Dot dot bash. As this one's shorter from Crooks, but he's overstepped. 3rd no ball of the St Andrews innings. Really uncharacteristic of them.
Free hit coming up.
Not normally this ill-disciplined. Oh well, free hit as Crooks is in. Bowls and plays and misses.
Could have gone anywhere.
2 balls left in the over for Crooks. He's gone for 5. Into Pearson, bowls, and this one's helped off his pads. Up and over, backward square leg, in and into the crowd. 6 runs. Callander making it look easy at the moment. 67 for the loss of 2. The last ball of the 6th over. Crooks is in, bowls, punched off the back foot out to cover.
End of the power play. So should be seeing some changes to the field now.
Well, what a power play for Callander.
To come back on again.
11 and over. And the only blips, that 1 over from Armstrong, in which they lost 2 wickets. Franklin to continue now. He's in around the wicket. To McGeechee, reverse sweep out to point. No run. Take a look at the projected scores down there. On for 220. Oh, what a game it would be if we saw that. Franklin in. 2nd ball, finds the edge. Doesn't go to hand though.
Builds the pressure.
Interesting tactic from Franklin. Moving to around the wicket. It's in again to McGeechee, who's trying to flick that off his legs. Gets a big edge on it. And there are somehow some overthrows here from McLennan. Don't know what's going on. But they'll get a run. Franklin to Pearson now. Further down leg. Flicked out to square leg. Yason fumbles, but does the fielding. Another dot ball. Shaping up to be a good over for St Andrews. They need it. Franklin into Pearson. This one's at his legs, hit up in the air. Is it going to clear the man? Yes, it will. 6 runs, and I believe that might be the 50 partnership.
Good teamwork from these two.
Indeed it
50 runs
is.
Contributed from their partnership.
Well, Pearson has come on with a hiss and a roar the last couple of overs. Moves through to 20. Franklin in again. This one has him punching off the back foot down to long off. They'll get a single. That's great batting.
Ends that over.
Brooks stays in the attack. 11 from his first over. Rolling to Pearson. Back of a length. Stopped by short cover. It's Franklin doing the work in there. Great dive from him. Brooks in again to Pearson. Bowls short outside off stump. One's punched through the gap at extra cover. Earnshaw's after it. Keeps it to 1. Nice fielding out there. .76 for 2, Callander. McGeechee on strike. He's on 33. Pull a ball from Crooks. Played out to short cover. Crooks in again. Bowling to McGeechee. This one's shorter and at his hip. Helps it down to fine leg. It's another single.
They'll take a single.
2 balls left in the over. Crooks to Pearson. Short ball that time. Punch back down the ground to Crooks. Does the fielding. It's a dot ball. Callander 2 for 77. Down under 10 and over at the moment. The first time in a long while. This one's helped down leg. And it's only going to be a single. Miller rushes in off the boundary. And it's a great over from Crooks. 2 for 78. Franklin to continue. Since outside off stump, beats Pearson. That's a nice ball. Franklin in once more. Bowls. And it's swing and a miss again from Pearson. St Andrews just beginning to rein Callander in a bit here. Franklin's in and bowls him. He's played and missed. Looked like he was a bit early on that one. And Roy Pearson has been bowled by Stan Franklin at 23. That brings Dion in.
Dean is the new batsman.
Franklin in once more. This one's shorter and played out through the onside. Can't beat mid-wicket. 2 balls left in the over for Franklin. Fantastic over so far. Can he continue it? This one's full and flicked up over square leg. He's cleared the rope with that one. 6 runs. What a shot to get off the mark. Franklin in again to Dionson's outside off stump. Pushed out to deep point. And into the over. Successful over for St Andrews. As Crooks is in to continue. Bowling around the wicket though this time to the new batsman. One's punched out to cover. Crooks in once more. Bowls and strikes the batsman on the pads.
Doesn't play that one well.
Good ball, Crooks in. Little inside edge it looked like there, and batsman scampered through for a single. Good running. McGeechee on 34. Hasn't seen much of the strike recently. Brooks into him. This one's worked through mid-wicket. He's hit that really hard. Out to the boundary for 4. Nice shot. And Callander need a bit more of that. They're going to keep this momentum going. Moves them on to 90. Brooks to Barry. Barry punches that off the back foot. Down to long off.
And they get a single there.
Just 1 run. Final ball of the over. None for 20 so far for Crooks. It's into Dion. It's full at his pads. Just leans on it. Down to fine leg. Another single, and that's 7 off it. Well, here we have Franklin in for his last. 1 for 24 from 3. Then short, and is an edge. He's taken. And McLennan gets another catch. Franklin gets another wicket. Dion goes early. Balling for 9. And Callander suddenly 4 for 92. As Neil Tannehill comes out to bat.
Tanner is getting ready to face the next ball.
Franklin into Tannehill, first ball. Leans on it behind square. Can't beat backward point. Third ball of the over. Franklin in. Switch hit from Tannehill. Gets it out to the sweeper at deep extra cover.
And they go through for
Jason back there. Just a single. Brings McGeechee on strike. He's on 39. Franklin in. Finds the edge.
Delivery to find the edge.
Doesn't go to hand though. 2 balls left in the over for Franklin. Then time McGeechee's across the stumps. Will he beat the man? Yes, he will. It's into the crowd for the 6 runs. It's really been the go-to shot for Callander when they've gotten bogged down. Really paid off. McGeechee on to 45.
He lets that go through to the
Leaves that one alone.
7 runs
That's
added
the
in
end of
that
the over.
The right arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the pavilion end.
And here we have Alex Haynes coming to the attack. Copped a lot of flack in the last game, so he'll want to tidy up his act. This one's short, punched out to mid-on. Course Callander 4 for 99 now. Into the 12th over. Short, pulled away by Tannehill. 1 bounce to the man at backward square leg.
They'll get 1 more.
And that's 100 up for Callander. Hands in now to McGeechee. He's on 45. Bowls full inside edge, and that's going to race away to the boundary. Bit of luck, no doubt, but 4 runs. Moves McGeechee on to 49. Haynes in, bowls short. Cut out to backward point. 5th ball for Haynes. It's into McGeechee, bowls shorter and punched hard but straight at Hay. Last ball, tidy over so far for Haynes. It's full, punched off the back foot. Down to mid-on, another dot ball.
Tighten that over. Miller into the attack now from the nursery end.
Well, Miller returns. 10 from his first over. But just 2 scoring shots. Bowling to Tannehill. Miller's in. Big in swing as hit out over extra cover. Will it beat the man? No, it won't. Armstrong's back there. Takes the catch. And it's another wicket for St Andrews. Callander 5 down now for 104.
Bit of a task for the new batsman here, trying to turn this.
Here we have
innings
Sedant
around
out to the
after a
crease.
steady flow of wickets
Coming in
in
quite
recent
low
overs.
today. So plenty of batting for Callander. But it's McGeechee on strike. Muscles this one up over extra cover. 1, 2 bounces, 4 runs, and that's a well-deserved 50.
Now, this has been some strong batting.
McGeechee batting well for the 2nd match in a row. Well-deserved 50 here. Miller in again, some short, pulled behind square. There's
And that
a
gets
man
to the
back, but he's
boundary.
not going to get to
4
it.
runs.
Consecutive boundaries for McGeechee. And Callander, 5 for 112. McGeechee on 57. Miller in, bowls it short, but just knocked out to cover off the back foot. Miller in again. Fifth ball, this one's hit hard out into the
Well
covers.
fielded. Really good
Fielded in the
work
deep
out
by
there.
Armstrong. Just 1 run.
Azza about to face their first ball.
Miller in. Bowling to Sid, his first ball. Just
Oh, picks
leans
that
on
one
it
up
through the
nicely.
covers.
Good shot.
That's racing away towards the boundary. And they can't stop it. Another 4 to Callander to finish the over, but here we have McGeechee's spider. Well, it's all been boundaries, really. Only a handful of singles there. Boundaries all around the ground. 2 big 6s.
The right armour is the new bowler from the pavilion end.
Well, only 1 over for Haynes. McPherson in. Disappointing first over. They want to make amends. He's bowling now to McGeechee. This one's hit hard up over cover. There's a man back. Seagal does very well out there.
And a single.
Keeps it to 1. McPherson in again. Short ball this time. Punched off the back foot by Sid. Fielded in the covers by Hay. McPherson in, bowls. This one's punched again off the back foot, but they find the gap this time. Through for the
They take
single.
a single.
5 for 119, that run rate. Dropping below 9 now. As McPherson's in, 4th ball of the over. Full, hit hard along the ground. Earnshaw's around to cut it off, and it'll just be a single. Tidy so far from Jack. He's in again. Short strikes the batsman. Aggressive bowling that. Nice to see
Mistimed that
him
one.
checking to see if the batsman's okay. Final ball of the 14th over. McPherson in, bowls. This one's hit
Perfect technique.
up and over extra cover. Away to the boundary for 4. Nice finish to the over for Callander. Well, Miller to continue. Callander 5 for 124. 15th over now. This one's in and swung up and over square leg.
Clears the
Into the
fielder,
crowd.
clears
6 runs. We've
everything.
seen that before today. McGeechee hits another one. He moves on to 66. Miller in. This one's
What a delivery
edged
towards
onto
the edge.
the batsman. Away for a single. Not sure if I agree that that was over shoulder height, but no matter. Miller into Sid now. This one's punched away through
That goes
point.
for 4.
What a
Good
shot. 4 runs. Miller in again. 4th ball. This one's punched out into the covers. Hay picks it up though. Top ball. A run rate back up over 9. Callander 5 for 135. Miller in. This one's hit firmly through the offside again. What is the captain doing? Why is there not a man back on the boundary? 4 more runs. It's only 3 men back. Got to think that that's a mistake at this stage of the game. Miller in. Work through the leg side, and it's another gap, and it's another 4 runs.
Seeing the ball well out there. Some solid shots.
Well, Callander, 5 for 143. A great over for them. As McPherson continues, this one's full. Driven out to the offside. Just a single. It's the importance of having that 1 man back. Fine leg, 3rd man up now for McPherson. One's in, bowled,
Drives that one down
drives
for
that straight up, over, there's no one back, 4 runs. Great batting here from the Callander pair. Just picking gaps at will, and all of a sudden, they're up to 148. McPherson in, bowls is full, slightly down leg, helped it out to the boundary, 4 more.
Another good shot.
Well, the St Andrews bowlers don't seem to have an answer for this at the moment. Mankar up to 29 from just 11 balls. And I think that might be 4 more. Again at his pads, this time flicked in the air. Out to the boundary for 4, that's 150 up. It was up the previous ball rather, at 156. Not a good over for McPherson, he's in once more. Punch to extra cover, 1 bounce fielded by Hay. Few more of those needed for St Andrews. Final ball of the 16th over. McPherson in, bowls, edge this time, along the ground to short third man.
Over the park. A very expensive over. Will be interesting to see if the captain sticks
Well,
with it.
16 overs gone.
Pace bowler is coming into the attack from the nursery end.
2 overs from each end left, and you'd think that Armstrong would have both of them from this end. Bowling to McGeechee, and it's full and played through the
great
leg
shot.
side. Beats the man out on the boundary. What a shot! Armstrong in again. Full toss this time, but can't beat the field. McGeechee on 72 from just 43 deliveries. Armstrong in. Bowls full edge into the ground. Well kept by McLennan. Fourth ball, Armstrong's in. Another full ball. This one's driven straight up and over the field. Man running around from long on. Can't get to it. It's another 4. And Armstrong just too full at the moment. And bowling to McGeechee. Plays and misses outside off stump. That's a better
Get
length.
the drive away.
Final ball of the 17th over. Callander 5 for 164. This one's full, driven out to cover.
Ends the over.
Good finish to the over by Armstrong.
The left-arm pace bowler is coming on to bowl from the pavilion end.
And here we see Hay for the first time today. Gonna start around the wicket. Interesting choice, but bullish protection's back there.
Great
One's
delivery
edged out to
find the
third
edge.
man. Nice start from Hay. Hay into McGeechee now. Full outside off stump. Driven out to deep backward point.
They take the single.
Another single. Smart this from St Andrews. If Hay can keep bowling that line. Oh, it's a great delivery. Inside edge. Hit by McLennan. No run. Hayes bowling fantastically well. This one's hit up in the air. There's a man back,
Right out of the
but it
middle
goes
of the
over the
field.
boundary.
Glorious
6
six.
runs. Lovely shot. Can't set fields for shots like that. Callander, 172. Hay in, bowls, finds the outside edge again, but again it's a single. And here we have last ball of the 18th over. Hay into McGeechee. Ball plays and misses.
Give
Well
away
bowled by
a bit too
Hay.
much there.
9 off the over. Armstrong to bowl his last. This is the 19th. In bowling to Sid, who's across his stumps, pulling. 1 bounce to the man at fine leg. Not a bad option for Armstrong there. He had the protection back. What will he do to McGeechee? Armstrong in, bowls. Migichi swings hard but gets an outside edge. Rolls along the ground to the keeper. Armstrong in again. Shorter, finds the edge this time, but it squirts between backward square leg and point. Away to the boundary for 4. They all count. Migichi moves through to 81. Fourth ball of the over for Armstrong. Gets a leading edge this time, well bowled. Migichi trying to swing that away over square leg. Goes for a single. Two left in his spell. Armstrong 2 for 32 so far. Bowling to Sid, who's on 42. Swings hard at this one. And it's a no ball. One to the man out on the boundary, but it's a free hit coming up. Not great news for St Andrews.
The bowler will know that
Migichi
the
on
batsman will be
strike.
looking to hit this into the stands. How will he counter?
Where will he go with this one? Armstrong in, pulls a short ball. Well bowled. But it's been given as a wide. Unfortunate there, free hit carries over. Armstrong into Migichi, free hit still. Short outside off stump, edged into the ground.
Bowled on the free hit. Dot ball.
Been a good option off the free hit so far. Both Crooks and Armstrong now succeeding with that just short of a length ball outside off stump. Armstrong now in to finish his spell. Final ball, edged into the ground again. Well kept by McLennan, and that's the over. So, 19 overs gone, Callander 5 for 182, and Josh Hay to bowl the last. Then to Sid, outside off stump, edged along the ground. Sid quietly making his way up to 43. Fantastic work from him. This one's full outside off stump, hit in the air. Does it have the legs? No, it doesn't. He's caught out on the boundary. McPherson takes the catch and Hay gets a wicket. Well deserved. Bowling a beautiful channel outside off stump, and Siddhant goes for 43.
The new batsman will be down at the non-strikers.
Brings Arnab out to bat. But of course, batsman cross, so it's Migichi on strike. 4 balls left. Hay into Migichi. Since outside off stump, hit up in the air. This is going to have the legs.
Really
Over the boundary, 6 runs.
Great shots.
Moves Migichi on to 88. Could he be looking at a century here? Hay in, bowls. Hits this one in the air. Is it going to have the legs? Yes, it does. Another 6. 94. Another 6 will do it for Migichi. Callander, 6 for 194. Hay in, bowls. This one's hit in the air. Out towards the boundary. Is it going to go all the way? That's gone all the way, and that's his 100. That's 100 for Barry Migichi. What fantastic batting, and 200 for Callander. This is going to take some getting for St Andrews. But there's still 1 ball remaining. Hay in, bowls, short of a length, punched off the back foot. It'll be a dot ball. And St Andrews are going to need 201.
Joining me now is James Taylor.
Hey Slats, good afternoon everyone.
There you have Barry Spider. And as we said, lots of boundaries. All 4s and 6s in that. 100 off 58 deliveries.
I enjoyed that innings, saw some nice shots with some powerful hitting. They have a good total to defend here.
Well, what an innings. 6 for 200. And right off the bat, Callander looked like they were going to be aggressive. 18 off that first over from Mould and Parsons. But the 2 wickets from Armstrong in his over really looked like St Andrews could claw things back. But in the end, 100 not out for Barry McGeechee really led the Callander Cricket Club throughout the innings. He found able support in Pearson and then Mankar, doing it himself at the end with Chowdhury. But 6 for 200. 201's going to take a lot of chasing out here. Let's see what St Andrews has in reply.
A good target has been set. Let's see if they can defend it.
Well, sticking with the same opening partnership as last game.
Coming into the attack from the nursery end.
McLennan and Hay out to bat. Dion into bowl. First ball short, finds the outside edge. It's a good start for Dion. But St Andrews off the mark.
There. Good shot.
Coming around the wicket to the left-handed Hay. Dion's in. Hay punches this one hard out to mid-off. Well fielded though, and there's no run. Dion in again. Shorter and punched out into the offside. Another dot ball. Fourth ball of the over. Dion into Hayes across the stumps, flicks that behind square. Pierces the 2 men. 4 runs. Both openers on the board now for St Andrews. Dion in again. It's 5th ball. This one's got Hay back and cutting hard. Out to the boundary. Another 4. Last ball of the over here. Dion into Hay, bowls, beats him outside off stump. That's a fantastic delivery.
Willie is the new bowler.
Willie to open up at the other end. 9 off the first over. Into McLennan. Short, McLennan's punching that off the back foot. Finds a gap. He's timed that one sweetly and it's racing out towards the boundary.
Glorious shot.
That's 4 for McLennan. Nice start from the St Andrews openers. Reagan again. Bowls, it's full. Driven straight at mid-off this time. Reagan to McLennan. He's across the stumps. Punches that hard out to the man at deep square leg. Keeps it to 1. St Andrews move up to 14. Reagan to Josh now. Well bowled. That's an excellent delivery. Trying to work that through the onside. Beats him outside off. 2 left in the over. This one has Hay flashing hard. It's an inside edge. Out to the boundary. 4 runs. Well, we saw that in Callander's innings. It's a quick outfield. And those edges are just flying away. Hay moves to 12. None for 18, St Andrews. Reagan again. This one is a little edge.
Give away a bit too
Diving
much there.
stop and not a bad over. 9 off the first 2. St Andrews none for 18. Dion to continue, bowling to McLennan. He hits this up and over the offside, clears the man, 1 bounce, 4 runs. It's a great stroke. McLennan into double figures now. 10 for him. Hayes on 12. Dion into bowl. This is full. Strikes McLennan outside off stump. Gone up for the appeal. Batsman are through for a leg by. What does the umpire say? Not out.
That was well worth a shout. Umpire says not out.
And no challenge from Callander. St Andrews move through to 23. McLennan, of course, retains the strike because of the weird Cricket 19
great
glitch.
shot.
That one's played out to point. Dion into McLennan. This one's full at his legs. He's flicked that up and over mid-wicket. We'll run away to the boundary.
4 runs.
4 more for McLennan. He's on to 14 now. St Andrews none for 27. Dion again, inside edge for McLennan. Runs away to fine leg. This time it's cut off though, and it'll just be 1. Last ball of the over for Dion. He's in. Bowling to Hay. Over the wicket now. Gets a leading edge. Could have been 1 there.
Expensive in that one.
Don't come through for it. Dot ball to finish.
This bowler really can get these spinning a long way.
And here we
Let's
have
see
the
how they go.
introduction of leg spin. Kyle Allen. Been dangerous this series so far. Into the attack. Bowling to McLennan. Outside off stump. He's back. He's cutting. He's cutting high.
What an
But he's
amazing
caught
catch.
out on the
He was
boundary.
headed for 6, but he's reeled it in and taken a stunning catch.
Questionable shot that by McLennan. There are only 2 men back and he picks the man out. McLennan goes for 15. He was looking good, and Allen takes a wicket with his first ball.
He's the new batter at the non-strikers end.
And with that, Earnshaw comes to the crease. Hayes on strike though. Allen to him. Bowling into his legs, and oh, you can't bowl there.
Runs.
6 runs. Really not the place Allen wants to be bowling here. But he's persisting. Right arm over. Again into Hayes' legs. As he plays that one straight out to square leg. Three balls left in the over for Allen. Again at Hayes' legs. He's sweeping this time and sweeping along the ground. Out to the boundary for
Solid
4.
stroke there for 4.
It's a nice shot with the spin. Hay moves through to 22. Allen in again, as Hay playing and missing.
The batsman didn't know where that was going.
Strikes him on the pad, and it's a dot ball. Last ball of the 4th over. St Andrews 1 for 38. Ireland bowls to Hay, who just works that to mid-wicket. Dot ball. So, wicket and 10 runs. Pretty balanced that over. But here we have the double introduction of spin for Callander. On the dry wicket. It could be the difference here. Parsons into Earnshaw. Short, and Earnshaw
Misread that
plays
one.
and misses.
Couldn't get the drive away.
Parsons in again. Earnshaw's across his stumps, hitting that up in the air over mid-wicket.
Superb
6.
shot.
With the spin, that one. And Earnshaw just picks it up. Not a bad way to get off the mark. Earnshaw 6 off 2. Parsons into him. He's back trying to cut. Can't get a pass point. St Andrews 1 for 44. Parsons into Earnshaw, plays out off the back foot. Squirts out to mid-off. Earnshaw on 6. Parsons in, he pulls.
This is really
Can't
good,
beat
precise
short
bowling.
mid-wicket.
Another dot ball.
Last ball of the over for Parsons so far. He's into Earnshaw. Earnshaw's punching through
Batsman weren't
cover,
given
but
much of
can't
an
beat the man.
opportunity in that over.
Very tidy over that from Max. Kyle to continue. Man back it. Deep backward square leg for Hay. This one, he's forward, heading straight and high. Got a lot of that. One bounce, 4 runs. St Andrews on to 48. Allen to Hay. This one's punched up and over mid-wicket. Struggling for words there. It's kind of a front foot pull shot in the air and goes all the way for Hay. 4 runs. The 50 up for St Andrews in the 6th over. Allen in again. This one's played off the back foot, out to point. Three balls left in the over. 1 for 18 for Allen. He's in, bowls to Hay. Playing that off the back foot, can't beat point. Allen in again. Bowling to Hay. Just trying to play that through square leg, but can't beat the man. Tidy finish to the over so far for Allen. Went for 2 boundaries early. And again to Hay. He's looking aggressive, hits that up in the air. Sailing away, 1 bounce. Just inside the boundary rope, 4 runs. St Andrews, 1 for 56 after 6. Parsons continuing to Earnshaw, who's lobbing the ball off the back foot out to extra cover, and what was that?
He's being worried about dropping such an easy chance.
Not quite sure what on earth that shot was from James Earnshaw, but he's been caught. Caught Parsons, bowled Parsons for 6. And that brings Crooks to the crease. Batsman cross, so Hayes on strike. Parsons around the wicket to Hay. Oh, it's a fantastic line. Parsons into Hay once more. Punches this one up over backward point. What a shot! 1 bounce, 4 runs.
Well picked, and he hammers it for 4.
St Andrews up to 60 with that 4. Hay on 38. Parsons in, Hayes across stumps. How did that miss off stump? Well, he's putting on a clinic here as Max Parsons. It's in again to Hay. Cutting this one away to the cover sweeper. Single this time. And that brings Crooks on strike. Parsons back over the wicket to the right-hander. Into Crooks, who plays and misses. That's so close to that off stump. Allen continuing. Protection back now. Power play's over. This one's to Hay, and he gets up and underneath it. Down to third man. What a shot! 4 runs. St Andrews on to 65. They need 136 from 77. Allen's in. This one's hit in the air, out towards the boundary, but there's a man back, and he picks him out. He hit that flat and hard, Hay, and I didn't think it was going to have the legs to make it out to the man on the boundary, but it did. Carried all the way to Mould out there, who makes no mistake. Hay goes, and there's 2 new batsmen in for St Andrews. Franklin and Crooks. A lot of work to do. 3 for 65. Crooks on strike. Allen's around the wicket to him. Crooks hits that up and over, fine leg. What a shot. 1 bounce, 4 runs.
And it goes for 4.
Really not sure about this around the wicket approach from Allen here. Especially if you're not going to have a man back fine. But he's continuing to Crooks. Plays that straight to short mid wicket. Allen in once more. Crooks again playing that round the corner. I think he may have dropped that. Indeed he has. It's a life for Crooks. Will that count for anything? Can Crooks make them pay? Allen in. Last ball of the over. There's an appeal shout. Be interesting to see. No, the umpire says
That looked
just
really
outside
close.
leg. And no challenge from the Callander boys. Another good over though. 8 overs gone. St Andrews 3 for 69. Franklin on strike. Parsons into him. He's hit this hard through wide mid-on. Well picked out up on the boundary.
And he's off the mark.
Just a single. Crooks on strike as Parsons is in again. Finds the edge. Doesn't go to hand though. There's a dot ball. Parsons into Crooks once more. Plays and misses. How did that miss the stumps? Well, the story is, at the moment, the Callander bowlers, the two spinners, have the wood over the St Andrews batsman. As Crooks is up and under that one, he gets it away.
And placement.
Will go for 4. Crooks moves on to 8. But 8 from 8 just won't cut it at the moment. Parsons is in again. Crooks plays and misses. Struck on the pad.
On the pads. It certainly did something off the pitch.
No, says the
It's a good,
umpire.
confident shout, but maybe
Looked
it
like it was
did too
high and
much.
maybe sliding down leg. Will there be a challenge?
Signals for the
Yes,
review.
there is.
There's only one available, so the captain must be confident.
Good
Pitching in
ball.
line,
Which is in line. Does a lot.
painfully close for the bowler.
There we go. Impact
The
umpire's
umpire
call
had it
and
right.
missing high and down
Decision
leg.
remains not out.
So that's the challenge lost for Callander.
They really had
Crooks
to go
survives.
for that one. Worthy review, but the decision stands.
Last ball of the over. Parsons into Crooks. And that's his off stump knocked out. That's awful batting. Crooks goes for 8 off 10 balls, and you really can't afford to do that when you're chasing 10 and over.
Yash is the new
He's
man
really
at the
put his team in a
non-strikers
hole
end.
here as Segal comes out to bat. Allen continues, this time to Franklin. Round the wicket. Strikes Franklin on the pad.
Just a lack of concentration there.
And looks like St Andrews will be going out here with a bit of a whimper. Still a long way to go, but can't see them coming back from this. Outside off stump, plays and misses. Franklin on 1. Allen in.
The bowler
Another
beating
swing and a
them all
miss.
ends up.
Really not sure what they're trying to do here. Some of these would be wides. Allen in again. One's played out through wide mid-on. Mid-on does the fielding, and it's just a single. Franklin, 2 off 5.
Yash ready to face their first ball.
Segal facing his first ball. As Allen's into bowl to him. He flicks this up and over square leg. 6 runs, and maybe Yasson will put a bit of impetus into this batting lineup. He batted well in the last match, but St Andrews need a lot from him today. One's full, swept away. Will just be 1.
Not a lot the batsman could
And
do in that
at the
over.
halfway stage, St Andrews still need 119 runs. Parsons into his final over. And short, played off the back foot down to long off. Good batting from Segal.
They get a single.
Franklin on strike. Parsons in. Bowls short outside off stump. Can't beat point. Parsons in again to Franklin. Sweeping. Struck in
In
line.
this one.
No, says the umpire, and no challenges
I'm
left.
not interested there.
Let's take a look. Oh, there we go. I thought the impact was in line, but There we have it. Review wouldn't have mattered. Parsons in again. Fourth ball. Bowls it short outside off stump.
Bang!
Worked away
Great
behind
shot.
square. Man, the point sweeper can't get round to it. It's 4 runs. It's a bit more like it from Franklin. He moves through to 6. Parsons in again. Switch it this time from Franklin.
Hit the pad.
Here's an
Huge
appeal, but you could see all 3 stumps. He 1 leg by. Well, final ball for Max today. 2 for 21 as figures. Been fantastic.
Ends the
And
over.
there we have it. Just beating off stump, beating us on. Fantastic bowling figures, and that'll really be the difference if Callander come out on top here.
Willie returning to the attack.
Well, back into the medium paces now. Reagan to bowl, Franklin on strike. This one's punched into the covers, they run through for the single. Brings Seagal on strike, he's on 8. 4 for 89, St Andrews. Oh, that's a great ball.
Oh, not able to connect.
Reagan again to Seagal. He's across the stumps, hitting that up in the air. Will it beat the man? Dropped into the field of play. Not really sure what happened there. He was standing over the boundary, so it should have been 6. But it'll go down as 2. Questionable AI, that. Seagal moves on to 10. 4 for 91 now. Reagan bowls.
No shot on offer for
Looked
that
like a leg cutter there.
Well wide.
And it's a wide. 109 needed from 51. Would take a miracle here for St Andrews. Reagan to Seagal. Punches off the back foot. Can't beat the man. Seagal's on 10. Wiley into him. Seagal's across his stump. This one's going to clear the boundary. It's gone 4-5 rows back. Great shot from Seagal. Four for 98 now. Seagal on 16. Cragen again, punched off the back foot.
Not too bad from either side there. Going with pace now.
Oh, left armour in. Jack Mould was wondering whether we might see a similar tactic used by Hay earlier. But no, Mould stays over the wicket to start with. Punched down the ground by Franklin. Decide not to take a run this time. $103 from 47 required. Gonna need more than that as Mould's in. Franklin is hit up over the offside. There's a man back.
Good ball.
And he takes it, but he's over the boundary.
6 runs.
St Andrews need that from both ends, really. Franklin moves on to 13. Molden again. Son beats Franklin
Misled
outside
that
off stump.
one.
That's a
Couldn't
great
get the
delivery.
drive away.
Molden once more, fourth ball. Bowls short outside off stump, punched into the covers. Molden to Franklin. This one's driven straight. This time they do go for the single. Get through comfortably. St Andrews 4 for 105. Brings Seagal on strike. He's on 16. Mould in. Seagal's across his stumps. Works that to the leg side. They'll get 1.
End of the over.
And another over gone for St
This
Andrews.
ball really can get these spinning a long way. Let's see how they go.
Well. Thought we were done for the spin, but no. Arnab in this time. Bowls him.
I'd
What a
love to
first
see that
ball.
one from the stump cam.
Run rate required. 13.5. Segal's across his stumps, hits this one up in the air.
The bowler's
Over the boundary.
out there, and I don't
What a
know
shot from
else he can
Yason.
try.
It was not a bad ball by any means, but he gets down low and levers it up over square leg. Unable again, this one's punched down the ground. Nice batting from Segal.
One more to the score.
Franklin on strike, he's on 14. Unable to him. He's driven, but can't beat the man at cover point. Unable to Franklin. He plays this off the back foot and he's bowled.
And he'll smash into the stumps. What a ball.
Well, a disappointing innings from Franklin. Just like Crooks, 14 off 17 is not going to do it, and St Andrews, 2 old hats, can't follow through, and they've put their team under a huge amount of pressure as JT comes out to the crease to join Segal. Finds the edge first up.
Reasonably good over there.
St Andrews 5 for 113. 6 overs to go, 88 runs required. And we needed a miracle before. Don't know what this would be as Yason plays that off the back foot. Out to extra cover, they'll get 1. Brings JT on strike. He's yet to get off the mark. Hold into him, strikes him on the pad. Batsmen don't want to come through for 1. Another dot ball for Callander. Hold in, third ball, strikes JT once more. Taking that one firmly. Only go through for 1 this time. Interesting decision not to come back for 2. But St Andrews 5 for 115. Molden to Segal. In short, has Segal pulling. Skews it away in the air. And there's a misfield, but they'll only get 1. That brings Thrillful back on strike. Molden to him, left arm over. Strikes the batsman once more. Segal's pushing him through for a leg by, and they get through quite comfortably. In fact, no, they've given that as runs, and JT's off the mark. Mould into Segal. Segal edges that one. It flies away to short third man. But it's only 1. And a great over there by Jack. St Andrews 5 for 118. And they really need something special from Segal here. Arnab continues. Segal's across the stumps, hits that up in the air.
6 big runs.
6 runs. And with a run rate at 16.4, St Andrews needs as many of those as they can get. 77 from 29 now. This one's in. Beats Segal outside off stump. Again, refusing to run that leg by. Not run well between the wickets here, St Andrews. They've given away probably 5 or 6 runs. Not going to be the difference at the end of the day, but just questionable here. Again, Segal probably could have left that one.
The batsman misjudging that one.
Arnab into Segal, who's on 33. To this one high in the air, down towards fine leg, up and over the boundary.
What a shot!
A lot of height on that one. A lot of distance too, that's 6. Segal on to 39. 71 from 26 as Gudger's in. Segal helps that one down to the man at long on. Nice single.
This innings is shaping up well.
Relful on strike. He's on 1. 70 required for St Andrews. One's full.
Nothing
JT
the
gets a
batsman
leading
could have
edge.
done better. Great
Be a dot
ball.
ball.
Gave a few too many away in that over. The right armour is coming into the attack from the nursery end.
Well, the medium placer. Wiley to replace Jack Mould. 4 overs left. One's short. Has Seagal cutting hard into the gap.
Oh, great
4
shot.
runs.
4 from the moment it left the bat.
Seagal moves on to 44. 66 from 23 required. Briggs in again. This one's punched off the back foot. Can't beat extra cover. Craig into Seagal. This one's full. Punched out into the gap at wide, long off. But they'll only get 1.
1 run there.
Great work on the boundary. And that brings JT on strike. Hasn't been really seeing the ball at all. 1 from 5 deliveries. Need to do something here. As Craig's into bowl, finds the edge. Through for a single. Oh, and what on earth has happened there? Absolute brain fade from Seagal, and he's been run out.
Great fielding has created a chance out of
45 runs, and really the last hope of the St Andrews team. Oh, I lost for words, ladies and gentlemen.
Armstrong is about to face their first ball.
6 for 137 in St Andrews. As Armstrong's in, and leaves that one alone first up.
Just called wide there.
Good leave in the end from Armstrong. It's given as a wide. 63 now from 20 balls. Fully in. Olsen. Armstrong's playing and missing.
Not able to connect.
Last ball of the over. Tidy over so far. This one's left alone by Armstrong.
Didn't need
Then
to
it's
play that
another
one.
wide. Well, it's just about the only way St Andrews can get back in this game. A few extras. Wiley to continue. Armstrong plays and misses at that one.
Wasn't the tidiest of overs, but got the wicket they needed.
So 62 from 18. More than 20 and over required. JT on strike. Out of nowhere, JT's across his stumps, hitting that up over square leg, and that might be the biggest 6 of the day. Well, 4 more of those and we've got the runs required for the over. And Sanhab's in again to JT, who's working that up and over third man. 1 bounce, 4 runs.
Good shot.
Well, St Andrews, they needed a really big over. Maybe 2. At least 1, and this could be it. As Arnab's in again, bowling to JT, who's forward and clatters that one over extra cover. Man on the boundary can't reach it. It's another 4. 14 from 3 balls this over. 48 from 15. Have St Andrews left it too late? Arnab in again. JT's underneath it. Gets it behind square. It's going out to the boundary again.
Wonderful.
Well, who flicked this switch? Relful on to 20. St Andrews 6 for 157. Arnab again. That's a well-flighted delivery. 6 for 157. 44 required for St Andrews. Arnab it's full. Work to the leg side.
Just a great shot.
And hits the gap. What a shot. What timing from Threlful. 22 off the over. All of a sudden, this looks possible. Craig to continue, 40 from 12. Short, outside off stump, left alone from Armstrong, and it's going to be a wide. .39 from 12. Wiley in again. Going to Armstrong, edges this one into his own head. They come through for a single. Threlful calls him through.
They'll get a single.
And that should be Armstrong off the mark. 6 for 163. 38 from 11 required. Threlfall on strike. This is short and well bowled. Excellent delivery from Wiley. .38 from 10. Wiley into Threlfall, punches off the back foot, can't beat extra cover. And that could be it here. 38 from 9, more than 4 a ball. Wiley in, Threlfall plays, can't get it away. But through for a single, coming back for 2. Excellent running there from the St Andrews batsman. Two balls left in the 19th over, 36 runs. This one's edged out to short third man. He'll get 1.
One more added.
35 from 7, 5 a ball. Whatever happens will come down to a final over with at least some possibility of the result going either way. Wiley into Armstrong, struck on the hand, can't do anything with it. And that's a fantastic over from Craig Wiley. So many times today we've seen the Callander bowlers come through when they needed it most. Final over. 6 is needed. One's outside leg stump. Played into the onside by JT. It'll just be 1. And now all that remains is for Callander to bowl out the remaining 5 deliveries and they'll take the series. 34 from 5 required. Would take more than a miracle here. Armstrong on strike lifts this one over the onside. 6 runs.
Send that over the fielder's head and over the rope for 6.
28 from 4 requires a no ball or a couple of wides. Anab in. Armstrong works this up over square leg. 6 runs. Well, without the extras, this is all academic at this stage, but 22 from 3. At least they're making this finish exciting. And then again, well bowled. Armstrong not really going after that one. Gotta question that decision. 2 balls remaining. St Andrews 6 for 179. And been well bowled. It's an excellent line. Great delivery. Final ball. Arnab in to Armstrong, who hits this up over the leg side. It'll go for 6. St Andrews will get to 185, but in the end, fall desperately short. And with that, Callander take the match, they win by 15 runs, and win the series 2 games to 1. Well, and like I said, there we have it, folks. Callander Cricket Club, in the end, just too many runs for St Andrews. We'll take a quick look at the scorecards for both sides. And Callander batting first, as we said in the innings break, getting out to a quick start. And even 2 wickets from Armstrong couldn't really put the brakes on. Led by Barry McGeechee really throughout the innings, who saw them through to 200 for 6. His 100 not out, absolutely the distinguishing feature between the two teams in the end. Sudan 2, 43 off just 22 balls, really played a key role in pushing Callander up. At one stage they looked like they might be set for a score closer to 170 than to the 200 they managed, so fantastic effort that. The St Andrews bowlers, well, what can you say? Miller was very expensive, McPherson too, quite expensive. Hay got a bit of tap in that final over, with 3 balls going for 6 over the offside off the bat of McGeechee. Crooks bowled reasonably well. Haynes only used for 1 over. Got to question that. None for 5. Armstrong took 2 wickets at the top, but was expensive after that. Also contributed with a number of extras. All round a pretty ill-disciplined performance from the St Andrews bowlers. Not used to that. Well, with the bat, and St Andrews really rely on that key engine, McLennan, Hay, Earnshaw, Crooks, Franklin, to produce runs, and I have to say all of them really, with the exception of Hay, were disappointing today. That's not to take anything away from Allen and Parsons, who bowled fantastically, but you expect more from these batsmen. They're senior members of the side, and the way they gave the wickets away and really didn't look to have any urgency when they were out there was quite disappointing. Some hitting from Seagal, Threlfall, and in that last over Armstrong meant that St Andrews came close enough to keep things exciting, but 15 runs, quite a big difference between the two sides in the end. Threlfall not out 26, Armstrong not out 19. Top score Yason Seagal, 45 from 24 balls, run out in really alarming circumstances. 9 extras for the Callander bowlers, 4 of them wides, 5 leg byes, so fairly disciplined for them. We'll take a look at them, and if McGeechee was one half of the Callander win, the other half really has to go to Max Parsons. 4 overs, 2 for 21. Absolutely fantastic bowling. The St Andrews batsman just had no answer to him. Kyle Allen in amongst the wickets, 2 for 38. But as you see, the difference really is none of these bowlers, with the exception of Chowdhury, who took a bit of stick towards the end, going for anywhere near the required rate, which was 10 from the start. And St Andrews just found themselves in such a hole that couldn't dig themselves out. And there we have it. Man of the match going to Barry McGeechee. Of course, well deserved to him. 100 not out. And Callander win the series. I'd just like to say, on behalf of me and all the St Andrews guys, a big thank you to Barry and all the guys from Callander Cricket Club for participating in this. It's been a whole bunch of fun for me personally. And yeah, look forward to a rematch. Maybe even during the real season. A real life rematch between our two teams coming up soon. In the meantime, I've been Jim the Editor. Thank you everyone for watching.